Today's topic, I would like to talk about intention and moderation, especially in things that you put yourself into, the things you go through. I was trying to go buy some beauty products to check myself, to freshen up. And I started looking at the bags and I was looking at all the chemicals and all that stuff just to make sure you're not putting too much chemical in yourself because skin is the largest organ in the body, and whether you like it or not, a lot of products you put on yourself is being absorbed into your bloodstream and all that stuff. So, and as I was reading and I realizing like so many different stuff is just being added and all that stuff. So before you know it, I start that, sometimes you just a little bit, then you dive into the rabbit hole and all that stuff. So what popped into my head is this: you wake up in the morning, you go to the shower to get dressed. Your body loom, shampoo or body wash, whatever it is, there's a bunch of chemical in that. Use it to wash your hair, to shampoo, to lotion, whatever you want. You do your daily routine and all that stuff. Then you get into like, as a guy on average, they use like 87 or 80, like around 90 chemicals exposed daily. Female, on the other hand, and that is like 168. ABC done like they found it. This has been out since 2015. An average female. This is an adult females at 168. Teenagers, on the other hand, is even higher. Then, because as you're reading into this, you'll find out like some of this chemical can cause hormonal imbalance, endocrine disruptor, even some affect reproductive organs. Some even can cause a link to cancer and all that stuff. I don't know what is happening in this world right now, but I do know like you have to be intentional in something. As human, you have to protect yourself. So back to me getting right, just like a deodorant and all that stuff. So as I'm doing all that, I'm trying to find out like, okay, what's this? What's that? Then my brain, after you finish shower, you put all this chemical and that stuff. Females, on the other hand, have to do makeup and all that stuff. And my brain is like, chemical to female pools in their body. This is what lead to all this. This is what lead to all this. So after I realized that, I start looking at what link this effect on the body and all that stuff. Then another thing pop in my head. All the chemicals in the food. So here is what I found. And I'll share with you. So here it said on average, female, this has been out since 2007. And I bet you it has increased because there's no reason to do the research again. On average, in yearly, female are absorbing 5 pounds. That's a lot. Then we're surprised of this different issue that is popping up in the world. And it's just female, male as well. If your organ is absorbing this much chemical yearly, it's going to build up toxicity, neurological toxicity, so many issues going to come at one point in the life. Well, that's just my opinion. I don't know much. And then the story that has been done here that says hair relaxer and hair straightening product may be linked to the increased risk of cancer, particular urinary and breast cancer. And there is even a month that we designated for breast cancer month and all that stuff. But I don't think all these studies are out. This was done in 2023 last year. And the study that has been found is affecting, especially it affects different races differently, but everybody needs to be careful. And the one thing that I've seen that is getting more popular these days is endometriosis. And right here, these some hair products, yes, chemicals, and if you see right here, some chemicals have been linked to ovarian fibrosis, ovarian cancer. There is even lawsuit about it. I didn't make it up right here. 2024, the hair product linked to endometriosis lawsuit. This means, when you listen to some TV advertisement, they say if you're exposed to these chemicals in this, like few years ago, you're gonna have stuff. No, I don't think we should be doing that. It should be try to be safe than sorry. And when I compare here to European country or like UK and all that stuff, this is what I found fascinating. Right here is European product and all that stuff. I found EU and other countries has banned or limit more than 1,600 chemicals for personal care products. But regulator are the Food and Drug Administration, which is FDA, prohibit only 9 for safety reasons. So they found like 1,600, at least 1,600. Here, only 9. I don't know how that is possible. Then I dive a little bit deeper. Then I watch this YouTube. Listen.
A series of stories that we are doing this week on how U.S. food regulations have left American consumers exposed to chemicals and additives that have been banned in other countries. CBS's Holly Williams goes in depth to show us how some of these ingredients may be linked to cancer and other health-related issues.
From baguettes to focaccia, Europe is famous for its bread, but one ingredient is missing. Potassium bromate is a suspected carcinogen that's banned for human consumption in Europe as well as China and India, but legal in the US, where it's used by some food makers to strengthen dough and estimated to be present in over 100 products.
There is evidence that it may be toxic to human consumers, that it may even either initiate or promote the development of tumours.
Professor Eric Millstone is an expert on food additives and told us European countries take a much more cautious approach to food safety.
Can we say for sure that these differences in regulations mean that people in the US have developed cancers that they would not have developed if they'd been eating only in Europe?
I think that is almost certainly the conclusion that we could reach.
It's not just potassium bromate, but many other chemicals and substances that are banned here in Europe over health concerns, but considered safe by the FDA.
Do you think most Americans are aware that they're being exposed to substances that are viewed as dangerous over here?
They probably just think, well, if it's available and it's in the store, then it's probably fine.
Stacey McNamara is from upstate New York, but has been living in London for 10 years. She told us raising children on this side of the Atlantic has opened her eyes to what's allowed in food in the US. She has no plans to ever move back home.
And is food safety a part of that decision?
For sure, yeah. How am I going to protect my children when it's just everywhere?
In a statement to CBS News, the FDA said that when used properly, potassium bromate converts to a harmless substance during food production. But at the same time, Nora, it acknowledged that not all potassium bromate may convert, saying control measures can minimise the amount in food.
What to say to that, but I'll just leave it like that. It's just an information for you to be aware so you can start for this much chemicals. And right here, he said, right, potassium bromate is a food additive that is potential carcinogenic in human. And it has been linked. To various cancer, along with thyroid cancer, kidney damage, gut irritation, reproductive abnormality. I don't know why. Personally, I don't know why it's still allowed in this country. And that's just so. The story starts from you get up, you take a shower, now you eat. So for female, this is one thing I found like that they have to do as well, which thank God, I don't think a lot of men survive if they have to do this.
This is a reminder to make sure you check the expiration date on all your skincare products. Unfortunately, she used expired acne cream, which resulted in chemical burns and ended up getting infected. If you feel you're in this situation, please go to the hospital as soon as possible. This is a reminder.
So this original creator, the video gets like I think 2 million views, and it's just she used an expired product. It leads to like skin irritation, skin burn, and all that stuff. She acknowledged her fault. She should have checked all that stuff, but I don't think a lot of men check expired product. I know I don't, but I just found it very like you have to keep up with all that stuff as well, and so many. And that's what I was telling you about. the product is being absorbed into your bloodstream, into your chem, into your organ, into your skin. And I just found it very like you have to be hyper alert these days in everything you do, in the way you relate to stuff, even in the stuff you feed yourself, your food. And I know everything is just getting expensive. Even to eat these days is just getting a lot expensive. I don't know what to say, but there have to be a change in so many different dysregulation and all that stuff. But it's keep my mouth. There have to be a change. That's all I know. There have to be a change in the regulation. Find a way to change because the expired product is going to cause too many damage, as you can see, cause damage to our skin and all that stuff. Now, how long does a bread that have the potassium bromate on the shelf? How long is it sitting there before you consume it? I think sometimes some of the bread doesn't even grow mold anymore. I don't know why, but that's just me. I don't know. I didn't pay a lot of attention. But the Bible verse I'm going to be using today is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. Everything is permissible for me, but not all things are beneficial. Everything is permissible for me, but I will not be enslaved by anything and brought under his control, allowing it to control me. In this beauty-oriented, superficial stuff, what we live in, I feel sorry for a lot of us because just very like our beauty are trimmed like this. But in this current climate, please don't let your emotion rule you. Be kind, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and make sure you watch out because you can't put your life on someone else. Come to the hospital, we'll treat you, you get you better, but you go through the treatment, you go through the pain, you go through the medical insurance issues, you even have to be the one to pay all of this. So just take it easy and make sure you're responsible. To make it to the end, I wish you pay more attention to what you eat and all the products you consume to your body and all that stuff. Beside that, if you have teenage children and all that stuff, be careful as well because all these chemical input is really causing so many different emotional issues that you want to talk anxiety, you want to talk because if hormonal imbalance is involved, it's going to cause so many different issues. That's for parents and adults, young adults. Be careful because endometriosis lawsuit is going on. Reproductive issues going on. It's not just female; it affects male as well. Please, it's crazy out there. To make it to the end, thank you. Like and subscribe. Let's have the conversation. What can we do to change all this law and all that stuff? Have a wonderful day, brother.